Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, I'm doing it from a whole different computer today, and I can't even see the screen to tell if we are all here. I'm just going to guess that this is working right because Sheri, I cannot see the screen and I cannot see us, and I'll bet you I'm in the wrong location, aren't I?
Yes.
I'm on the wrong side of the screen, so what? We'll go with it. Welcome to Conversations with Sheri and Terry Ann. I am Terry Ann Porter, life coach, TA. It is time to defeat those lies of negative self-talk by changing your perspective, exploring new possibilities, seeing those new pathways opening onto which you can choose to proceed in truth. And back with me after 2 weeks away, I know you're excited she's here, Sheri.
Good morning. Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, hey, I'm back. Yeah, I know. I'm finally back. Anyway, I'm Sheri Berger. I'm the owner of Here to There Consulting, and we educate business owners with those tools to balance life, business, and finances so that you can create the business and life that you love. Yes, we help people find ways to move from here to there so that we can go through your leadership, your growth, and your success. Welcome to Conversations with Sheri and Terry Ann. And Terry Ann, at least you are here. You're making a big deal. I can't see buttons. I can't do this. I can't do that.
I
I
can't.
did solo the last 2 weeks. It's okay.
All right.
Everybody look at her back wall and make sure you realize that there's a plug and blah, blah. Who cares? We're here. That's what matters. Come on, Terry Ann. I know. So there you go. I have done this in the car with the phone before. Have you done that one yet, Terry Ann?
No, I have not done one in the car yet.
Okay, so when you're on the phone in the car, you can't see nothing. I don't even know if people see me, but that's okay. My voice was there. And the last 2 weeks, I wasn't there at all, in case you didn't notice.
I noticed.
Okay.
Did I notice.
Oh
And
my
everybody
gosh.
else.
Was I sick last week? It was not fun. Oh, wait, I'm recovering today. But we sometimes have to do that, right? I was just talking about how crazy July is for us. I was gone the last 2 weeks. You're gone this week. You're in a different location. Next week, I have family coming in town. It's like, oh my goodness. So how in that craziness do you stay focused when you still have a goal, Terry Ann?
I have to keep something in front of me to remind me because I can easily get distracted by the little squirrels that run in my path and totally forget where I'm going. I've got to find a way to always be reminded of where I'm going.
And that's why we put those goals together, right? We started off the month with, what was it? Reevaluating where we are. And then we did some restructuring. And then we tried to move some of those, what is it called? Clutter and obstacles out of our life. But sometimes we still have those hiccups in our life that we can't remove. I was very, very sick last week, in case you don't know, Terry, and I couldn't even think about coming onto the show, right? That's how sick I was. Do you think that was planned? No. And so sometimes things come up that we really, really don't plan. And so we still have to, would you just say if you have that in front of you? And today I was like, Terry Ann, where are we? Where are we going? What are we even doing? I've been gone for 2 weeks, right? Because you can get that way. You can get in a fog and you can get confused. But I think you talked about that last week, right? Overcoming those obstacles. And that's great. Yeah. But sometimes they're still going to come, aren't they?
They still get back in the way, yes.
Yeah, because you said now we have the road clear and we can move. Yeah, until you drive down the road, how far? And the stupid tree branch, because of the storm, just fell and the road's not clear anymore. So now what do we do? And what did you just say? I loved what you said. We have those goals in front of us so that we know. Have you ever been on a trip and didn't use a road map?
It's not easy to do a road trip, I think, without it. You got to at least know where you're going.
You think?
You've got to at least know where you're going in order to get there.
Exactly. So we are in, what are we? We're in July, halfway through the year. Can you believe it, Terry?
And July's almost over. This is the end of July.
So today we're talking about moving forward to get where we want to be in the next 6 months to the end of the year. So if anybody's on here, we would love to hear where you're at, what things you've accomplished, what you still have to accomplish. When you did some of that restructure and stuff, what did you come up with, Terry Ann, for you?
What did I come up with for me? Well, for me, I do know that I have to have a roadmap in front of me. I have to know where I'm going. Now, it's I'm not necessarily an impromptu, spontaneous person. So for me, if I'm traveling and all of a sudden there's a roadblock, I I hate to admit this, but I go into panic mode. But I want to be over there, and this is in the way, and I don't know how to get there. That happens whether I'm traveling on real highways, which we've run into a few detours, or even if it's just something in the house. If I'm planning to do something and something comes up, it's hard to restructure it. But I've got to make myself remember, okay, it's okay. You can still get to that goal. Just change it a little bit. But my first response is paralyzed and panic. So I have to make myself remember, no, just change the plans a little bit and it's okay.
So that's too funny because not last week. Last week I was sick. The week before I was out of town seeing my daughter, and I'm in a town I don't even know where I'm at. And every day we have to go to the gym, Terry Ann. And I haven't been back to the gym since the pandemic. Okay? But okay, we'll go to the gym every day. This is what these 20-year-olds want to do. So every day we go to the gym. Supposedly there's a straight shot to the gym. All right. So Wednesday, I'm all by myself in the car, and I wanted to ride with one of the kids, but then they're like, so and so's going home after the gym because I had a friend with them. And so anyway, you're hanging out with 20-year-olds. You're trying to go with the flow. Come on. I don't know if you have tried to be 20 before when you're not, but it's fun. So I'm like, okay. So I drive my own car and I follow them to the gym. And then on the way back, I assume they're going to let me follow them back. And I told them my phone was dead multiple times. And I am direction challenged. Okay, so that's what you're talking about, right? And I'm in a big city that I don't know where I'm at. Well, they accidentally left mom after they told mom, we're just all going to meet back at the apartment and then you'll get in the car with me and then we'll just go to the place so that you can find it. Okay, before that, I was told, follow me. So I assumed I'm supposed to follow them, but they all disappear. And I have no phone, so I have no GPS. I have no way of getting. So I drove around about 30 minutes lost, like you just said, in panic mode. And then I'm like, I'm going to go to a hotel and then ask where my hotel is. Oh, wait, I got to know the name for sure of my hotel. Oh, you know what? It's probably on my key, right? So then I'm doing breathing and calming down because, like you said, my anxiety got, and I don't do well solo driving in a town I don't know. So I did my breathing, all that, calm down. I look at my key, and guess what's on my key, Terry Ann? The address. Guess what else? I have one of those old lady GPSs in my car that you just plug in that doesn't use a phone. So I was able to put the address in, and I was able to drive to the location. Well, in the meantime, don't worry. The kids already text dad and said, we lost mom. And he's like, and nobody should lose mom in a town that mom doesn't know. And Kevin didn't know what to say. He's at work. He's UPSing. What is he supposed to say? He goes, well, mom's really, really smart. So I'm assuming she'll figure it out. Calm down. And then they're driving around looking for mom. Now, how are you going to find mom when mom didn't stay? I tried to stay at the gym for a minute. Then I was like, they're not coming back. And then I don't even know where I went. Because when I was supposed to get on a highway, I knew. So that was an obstacle that I was off. But what did you just say? The first key to those obstacles is to calm down, right? And then figure out what tools do you have available and where are you trying to go with that goal. So when you talked about that with traveling, I just thought that was too funny that happened to me 2 weeks ago. And I
absolutely,
needless to say, I was not happy with my two daughters at all. And they're like,
But
okay,
you know that.
mom, okay, mom, we're getting your dinner, mom, and we're doing this, mom, and we're, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you guys cannot just, and they're like, mom, it's a straight shot. We thought you knew how. It's not a straight shot, Terry Ann, but okay.
Yeah, but that is the thing that we do have to remind ourselves is in a situation where okay, I've got to do these different things. It's not going the way I planned. We do have to step back and relax because you cannot think clearly.
You think?
When you're in the panic mode, you cannot think clearly.
I think they call
So you
that
have to find
fight
it.
and flight mode, don't they?
They do, and you're ready to fight or flight, but okay, which do I do? How do I do either one? So you do have to have some method to relax so that you can refocus
Mm-hmm.
and look at the situation. And oftentimes you find out it's not as bad as it was. Like looking at the key. Oh, I got the address right here.
I know I had the address in my car the whole time, Terry. I just had to think it through. But I did do the smart thing of going to a hotel. Because, I mean, if you can't find a hotel and you go to another hotel, they're probably going to tell you where that hotel is. But you do have to know the name of the other hotel.
That helps. That does help.
And now when you're thinking, when you rely on, don't we rely on our phones way too much?
Oh, definitely.
And my phone was dead. So any information I had that were in my phone was irrelevant to the scenario.
And I cannot believe you let your phone go dead. Oh, wait, that's a whole nother story. But I can't believe you let
I don't know why. It was dying at the gym and I was trying to plug it in and I was trying to get it to, and there was something running in the background. And later they looked at it and they found out what was going on. And that's why the phone went dead.
Oh, yeah.
But I was trying to tell them something's wrong with my phone. It won't charge and it's dead. And I couldn't plug it in to get it charged. I kept trying to tell them. My daughter even goes, Mom, you just told me that 3 times. And I'm like, yeah, and you're still not hearing me. Don't leave me. And my phone is, somebody needs to look at my phone. I don't know what my phone is doing. I don't even know if I had to go to the T-Mobile or something, And I kept trying to tell these guys, but, we're focused on, they're tired. They want to go home. They want to get dinner.
So focus makes a big difference then.
Yeah, we're focusing, right? And that's what's really good about July, right? They always go Christmas in July, which remember we talked about doing those Christmas letters to ourselves. But this is our halfway point where we can start saying, wait a minute, what's going well? What's not? What goals are we still trying to accomplish? And then we can start moving forward. So we're in the moving forward. So that's what I was asking is, excuse me, how are you moving forward with some of those goals? How are you moving forward, and what goals are those that you have in front of you that you're trying to move forward to?
I am working on just I've got so many projects, like I would see something, oh, that's so exciting, and I would get distracted. I would start this, and then, oh, that looks good, and I started this. I have started multiple projects. My goal right now is I have to take the time to, first of all, separate them into, because right now they're in one big pile like this. I'm going through right now, I'm separating everything out so that I can pick up one and make myself stay focused on this particular one piece of, a lot of them are writing. But then I'll start to write and I come up with another idea and I get distracted and I move over here and I start working over here and then that reminds me, oh, wait a minute, good. And then I come over here. So I'm separating everything out so that I can pull out one folder and say, I'm staying here. Turn off the internet and stay here and do the writing. So I'm doing a lot of writing right now. I just have to focus on individual projects instead of multiple projects so that I can move forward. Otherwise, I'm just, like I'm spinning my wheels.
See, I call that the hamster in a wheel syndrome, right? I always tell people, if you feel like a hamster in a wheel, it's a good time to sit down and have a cup of coffee with me. We can figure out ways to detangle that. But yeah, to make sure that when you're in that hamster in a wheel, what do? That's usually a good time to brain dump, to reevaluate, to put it and restructure it, and figure out where you want to move forward.
What are you working on? How are you moving forward?
Oh, I have so many. What did you just want to say? So many. Well, one thing is to get well. That would be really, really good, right?
That'll make a big difference.
I feel like right now, obviously, I feel like I'm a hamster in a wheel trying to catch up. But I'm also realizing it's summer. And you're like, what do you mean it's summer? Well, there's multiple seasons, right? Throughout the year. We have the holidays when it gets crazy,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have the holidays when it gets crazy, but we also have summer because we're on vacation, right? And if we don't plan on being sick. So I've had to go back and reevaluate, but I'm getting things like, right, I got masterminds coming up. I got some workshops coming up. My book's getting put on audio right now. I got a lot of those type goals that are getting done by the end of the year, but I got to stay focused on them. And my first day back to work was Monday. So, I mean, I worked a little bit on Thursday and Friday, but yeah, right now, what do I feel? A little bit behind and overwhelmed, but also, you know what's important right now? My health. My health's important first, and then the rest of the
Mm-hmm.
things. Because now my health, since I just am getting over this stupid coronavirus and being so sick, and I don't know if you guys have had it or not, but if you don't rest, you really start feeling even worse. So it's a up and down. I call this an up and down hill. But you know what? I'm like my husband said, I'm not in the hospital. I'm not this. I'm not right. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
better. It just takes time. And so sometimes to give us ourselves a little bit of, okay, what we're going to do is do what are our, like right now I have like 3 goals every day I need to get done. And these are the 3 things I'm getting done. Now I'll have 3 to 5 because if I can, I want to get 5 done. And of course, tomorrow maybe you want to get 10. But I always tell my clients to make sure you have your top 3 to 5. Because what if you got 10 things done and you only plan 3 to 5? How would you feel?
Oh, that would be exciting.
Exactly. So if you have 10 in your primary 3 to 5 that you need to get done, planning on only 3 to 5
Mm-hmm.
would be great. If you do that, then you can accomplish that. If you do 6 or you do 7, you just won, right? And sometimes we got to back down to. And so right now I'm back down to 3 things. Every day I have 3 things I got to get done. And I make sure they're things I can accomplish, right? For that
That was my next thought. Yes.
is you got to make sure. And it's okay if it's one thing. What if it's one thing that you got to get off your desk for that day because it's a huge project? Then let's break that
Mm-hmm.
down to 3 to 5 segments, right? Breaking
Right.
down, right? How do we eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? And so when the elephant gets bigger, then you have to, make sure you break it down into
Mm-hmm.
smaller components.
I think that's the important thing. I know a lot of times I will get up and set myself a goal, not necessarily realistic, and then beat myself up because I didn't get all I want to do is this one thing today and I didn't get done. Well, yeah, it was unrealistic to even consider that I could get it done. But that didn't change the fact that at that moment, that was what I was going to do and
But
nothing
what
was
if you
going to
got that
stop
one
me.
thing done in 3 days because it was
That
a
would be good.
3 day
Yes.
project? Or what if you got that one thing done in 1 week? You got to look at when you say one thing, what does that mean?
Right.
You got to break them down. And so breaking things down into small components is so important.
That's the reminder of making sure that it's a smart goal. Is it realistic? Is it how can I manage it?
Well, measurable, right? So it's,
Measurable.
yeah,
Yes.
specific, exactly what you want to get done, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. But sometimes we need to move that time. So if we've been sick for a week, and before that we were on vacation for a week because I went to go find
Hmm.
wedding dress for my daughter and all that fun stuff, then where am I now? So now I have to go back and look at my to-do list and reevaluate what I got to get done and where I'm at. And right now, like I said, I've been setting those small little goals. But my number one priority right now is my health, right? Because sometimes that's what happens to you. Your number one priority, what is that for that season or that time? Your number one priority right now is to spend time with, you're on vacation, spend some time with family and that kind of
With
stuff.
family time, yes.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
number one
important.
right now. So a lot of things are pushed to the side, but that's okay. It was also planned for that.
And then sometimes you go, well, I didn't get all this stuff done before I leave. You know what I think? Sometimes if we planned our life like we were going on vacation the next week, what would be accomplished? Because you always get so much done before you
Isn't that amazing?
And so if we
I
don't
finally
have
did. I
that
finally got stuff
attitude,
done.
huh?
I finally got stuff done those last 2 days before we were ready to go that I had not gotten done for 2 months. It was amazing. Set a deadline. Sometimes it's amazing what you can get done with that deadline.
Well, and set that you have a, what is it called? I can't do this till I do that, right? So if you have,
Right.
I can't do this till I have. So what's your carrot? What are you wanting to do? You want to go have coffee with your friends, then, or you want to, what do you want to do that's
Mm-hmm.
fun? To have that carrot. Give yourself stickers. Come on, along the way. Give yourself a carrot.
Do you remember when Mom would say, yes, you can go outside and play after you've done your homework?
After you've done your chores.
So you do your homework, you do your chores, whatever. Why? Because then I want to get this done so I can go do what I want to do.
So as adults, why don't we do that to ourselves?
Instead, I sometimes think we need to remind ourselves of that.
Instead we chase the squirrels.
We do what?
We chase those squirrels, right?
Oh, yes. Those squirrels.
We decide we can go swing and ride our bike and skip down the road. Wait a minute, we should be doing that. That would be getting our activity points. That'd be great. We should go do that. Actually, if you do that, that will help you come back. Why do you think at school they have recess? And sometimes we forget to recess, whatever that means. So if that means go outside and walk around the block and then come back in so that your mind works again, good. But yeah, but as kids, we, like you said, we used to do our homework, do this so that we could go out and play. So my daughter asked me, my sister asked me that one time. My kids were young. My kids were like, Mom, we did all our homework and we did our chores. Can we go outside and play? And she goes, my kids never asked to go outside and play. Well, her kids had Xboxes and whatever else that they would want to play on. My kids had limited amount of time they could be on TV and, play on games and all that kind of stuff. So their thing was to go play outside or do make believe. But how many times do we limit ourselves on technology? Right?
How many times
steal our time? Huh?
How many times, for example, go out for a leisurely walk? I just need to get away from it all and walk. And we take our phones. And while we're walking, we're checking emails, scrolling through Facebook.
Oh, I never do that.
We don't disconnect. Sometimes we don't disconnect. We need to sometimes make it a point, but we try that. Oh, well, and part of that, I wonder, is it feeling guilty if I'm out doing something pleasurable, then I'm not really working. So is that why we're combining it?
Well, I don't know. I've done that with a podcast before. Now listen to a podcast and go
right.
Which, because then I feel like I'm multitasking. Or when I go to the gym, like I told you, I hadn't been to the gym though through the pandemic, but go to the gym, I would listen to a podcast because then I'm multitasking.
I would have to do that. I have to do that while walking, whether it's a podcast or a book or something, because I want to block out all of the noise around me. But I want to be able to
and I don't
focus on the scenery, but I want the sound.
Yeah, see, and sometimes I want sound because you hear the birds and you hear all the things that you miss. It depends on where you're walking. If you're in nature, you're missing nature. How many times are people on the phone too when they're visiting with somebody, right? Then they get on the phone. And so things like that. Figure out what those little distractions are. And would you rather play on Facebook for how many hours? Or would you rather go have coffee or hang out with friends or go for a walk? So you're utilizing that free time without realizing you're utilizing your free time with something that you might not want to really be utilizing it. Or sometimes is that just called avoidance time? You're avoiding doing a project that you don't want to do.
I wonder sometimes if we don't do that too, because in that way, well, I know I'm taking this break, but as long as I keep checking my email or whatever, I'm still making myself move forward toward my goal. And make it an excuse to get what I want. I have to do it this way. I'm sometimes seeing, I really. When we go on vacation, we take our computers with us because we might have to stop and do a little bit of work. So then it becomes, say, well, I have to have it with me all the time because I really have to. Do they really need me that bad?
Well, it depends on why are you on your computer, right? And
Mm-hmm.
also, even on vacation, I know friends that are self-employed, including myself. Did you already decide that you're only working from 8 to 10, and then you're working from, you know, 9 to
Right.
10 at night or something? I mean, or do you already only have that much time blocked, and that's all you're doing? I literally, do you know that you can run Google, and if you have Gmail or whatever you have, you can put that you're on vacation mode?
Ooh,
Yeah, and not check your emails. What an idea.
what an idea!
I mean,
One thing you said earlier, I'm really excited for you about that you ran into an obstacle, but you worked around it and moved forward, and that was on putting your book on audio. You tried to do it yourself. I know, just you're going to just jump in there, do everything yourself. Found out, well, I could do it, but it won't be. It won't be. Somebody could do it better, maybe, and you did. You found someone who could do it better, and you're moving forward. Not saying you did a bad job, but I don't want
yeah,
you.
and
That's not what I'm
I
saying.
haven't got
But
all
going
the
a different
details.
direction to
Yeah,
still get to where you want to get. You're just going to take a different path to get there. And I love how you're moving forward on that. I think that is so awesome for you. I can't wait to
man, I
hear
haven't figured out all those obstacles yet, and I'm still working on those obstacles. So that's probably why I didn't bring that analogy up, because I don't know, but I do know it's still going to happen. It's just how are you going to go about it? So if
you're
something's
looking at the
not working,
detours right now.
huh?
You're looking at the detours right now.
Yeah, and so
Which
if something's
detour
not
do I
going to
take?
work the way you want, or you're not the best person for whatever that job is, maybe you should find somebody else to help you out to get the job done. So, yeah, you just need to figure out what those detours are and how you're still going to accomplish. I realized when I finally wrote my book, everybody's like, how'd you get your book done? I mean, I've been working on it, and I finally pulled a whole team together and I got my book done. So, does whatever your obstacle, does it take a team? Does it take some
Hmm.
accountability, support? I mean, I had editors, I had this, I had, right? I pulled a team together. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times to get something done, even if it's putting a book on audio, maybe you have to pull a team together. So it's okay if that's what you have to do to get something done. But I'm not sure how exactly, but my book is still working on getting on audio, and I'm still working out all the details of that. And so that is my goal to get done by the end of the year, but we'll see what all is going
Right.
to happen with uh, some of the things that have happened in that. But yeah, um,
And I think the important thing in there is to remind ourselves, and boy, I am really hard at this. It's okay to ask for help. Bring in that team, outsource if you need to help you move forward doesn't mean that you have to do it all.
so what I'm going to say regarding that is all leaders have teams. So if you don't have a team of people, are you moving yourself from here to there at the best? I mean, really? So did you expect, were you going to walk to your destination when you go on vacation? Or do you need a car? Then you need a suitcase. And then you need your Google Maps. And then you need, okay, so now you pulled in a team. Okay, they're items that you're using, they're tools that you're using. But same with pulling in a team of people. That's just another form of a tool. So I don't know why you didn't walk to your vacation. Why didn't you just do it all your own self? Carry your own dang clothes. Don't have a map. Walk where you're at. But no, we'll get in a car or a plane. We'll take a suitcase. We'll make sure we have a GPS. We might even buy a ticket, right? It depends to get where we want
Right.
to go. So why do we not do that when we're trying to meet our life or our business goals? If that means pulling a
Absolutely.
team of people together, or using a computer, or using what tools are you using? And people, I don't want to call them tools, but they're another resource that you need to resource up. So if you have those goals that you really want to make sure you resource up. And I cannot wait to see what goals you guys all accomplish by the end of the year. Let us know what you're working on and comment below, even if you watch it on replay.
And Sheri, I know we're getting to the top of the hour, but there's something I've got to throw in here. 2 weeks. Guess what happens in 2 weeks?
I know. There's a
Can you
party I
believe it?
heard. Do you guys want to do a
We're
party?
gonna have a party.
You got to grab your
Let's have a
coffee.
party.
Bring your
Get
coffee
your
to the
tea.
party.
Get your tea.
No, coffee. Bring your coffee to the party. It is our 100th episode. What day is that? August 10th?
10th.
August 10th?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, how can our friends come?
Let's change it up a little bit. Instead of doing it like we have been right now, where everybody joins us in the comments, we're going to set up a Zoom link. We're going to go for 1 hour, and we're going to personally chat with everybody. We're going to go through Zoom, so it's not going to be broadcast live. We'll do the replay, so if you want to be part of it, you've got to join us. Watch for a Zoom link so that you can register and get your personal link so that you can join us August 10th for a 1 hour special episode 100. It'll be conversations with everyone.
Wow, we made it to the 100 episode goal. Wow. Yeah, please come. Make sure you grab your coffee. Okay, you can bring whatever drink you want. Okay, you can even bring yourself a breakfast or snack, but be sure to attend. And you know what? We're doing it Zoom because you know what? We want to hear from you. So you will be on the Zoom call with us. So make sure you come. I'm so excited. It's August 10th. That's our
August 10th.
Our 100-year birthday for this episode.
Watch for the details. And until then, are you ready to dance, Sheri?